everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope everybody is enjoying the sunshine today and in good spirits and happy and healthy. I'm so sorry that I missed my videos yesterday. Unfortunately, yesterday my grandmother passed away. Her name was Joan Frenzel. She was my father's mother, and she was 91 years old and had a really lovely, long, good life and achieved a lot of cool things. But it is always a little bit sad when people pass away. So today I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my grandmother and dedicate this story time to her, because she worked with children her entire adult life as an educator and caretaker, and she would have, I think, approved of this way of remembering her. So let's get started with our hello song. Let's dive right in. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Yay! Very good. Applause, applause. So, my grandma Joan, she was born in the 1930s. So almost 100 years ago. Can you imagine how different the world was back then? And now Meg and I, we live in the same house that she grew up in. Isn't that crazy? And here is a picture of her in this house as a little kid reading, which was her favorite thing in the whole world. She loved reading. So I've been really enjoying that picture. And yeah, she introduced me to Jane Austen, who is a very famous British writer, and a bunch of writers. Agatha Christie, she wrote all these amazing mystery books. Basically, almost all of my favorite books, aside from Harry Potter, my grandmother got me into. So grandmothers are awesome. And you know, I was thinking about it as an adult, and I was like, I don't even think I think about the fact that it was my grandma who got me into that stuff. So that's super cool. So let's dive right in. All right, now let's sing a song that my grandma loved. It's called This Little Light of Mine. There's a little finger play to go along with it, so follow along with me. It's very easy. So this is our little light, it's our finger, and then we'll just like cover it up, kind of, to protect it from the wind. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I won't let anyone it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Won't let anyone it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Won't let anyone it out. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yay! Oops, I dropped a pen. Staying hydrated with soda water. It's so good. All right, so the next book we're going to read is called The Rough Patch. But don't worry, it has a happy ending. The Rough Patch by Brian Lies. Evan and his dog did everything together. Oop, that's Evan. That's his dog. They played games and enjoyed sweet treats. They shared music and adventure. They were together all through the day, through all the seasons. But what they loved most was working in Evan's magnificent garden. There, everything they planted grew big and as beautiful as the sky above. But one day, the unthinkable happened. Evan laid his dog to rest in the corner of the garden, and nothing was the same. Evan shut himself away inside. Without his best friend, the garden was a bitter and lonely place. One morning, he found himself with a hoe in his paws, swinging angrily. He slashed the garden to the ground. Sometimes when people are very, very sad, it comes out as anger, but really they're just sad and in pain in their heart. He hacked it all to bits and threw everything into a heap. But a good place won't stay empty for long. New plants sprouted and stretched toward the sky. Weeds. Itchy ones, spiky and prickly ones, foul-smelling ones. These weeds suited Evan just fine, so he took care of them. If Evan's garden couldn't be a happy place, then it was going to be the saddest and most desolate spot he could make it. Desolate kind of just means sad and gloomy, sort of. And soon it was. Wow, it looks like a witch's garden now. Kind of scary. When Evan found a pumpkin vine sneaking under the fence, he raised his hoe to chop it, but then he considered its prickly stems, fuzzy leaves, and spidery twisting tendrils. He let it be. As the pumpkin vine grew, Evan cleared the weeds from its path and watered it. The vine responded to his care. Growing pumpkins is really fun. Around the time the evening air began to cool, Evan felt an old, familiar sense of excitement. It was Fair Week in the autumn, I think, in the fall. He loaded up the pumpkin and drove to town. Wow, look how big it is. It's hanging out the back. He took care of important fair business, like riding the roller coaster and playing games, and gobbled down some delicious fair food. Pizza? Candy apple. Oh. He caught up with some friends too. It felt good to be out again, even if it wasn't quite the same. Wow, look at all those giant pumpkins. Evan's pumpkin won 3rd place. Prize is $10 or one of the pups in that box, the judge said. I'll take the 10, Evan said. But as he claimed his prize, he heard a scrabbling sound inside the box and thought it wouldn't hurt to just look. He's peeking into the box of puppies. Oh, look! He got one of the puppies. The end. Wow. So what did we learn from this book? So his dog died and he was so sad and he needed to have some time to feel sad and angry. And then, you know, he got back into life a little bit and it wasn't the same. It'll never be the same, but it still felt good and you're allowed to feel good even if sad things happen, you know? Oh, I love that. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna end with another song my grandmother just loved. And it's called I'll Fly Away. And it's a really fun song, and I love it. Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life have grown, I'll fly away. Like a bird from prison bars has flown, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. Oh, how glad and happy when we meet. I'll fly away. No more cold iron shackles at my feet. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joys shall never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I will fly away. Oh, all right. Well, I thank you for watching my story time today, my tribute to my grandmother. And if we listen to the stories and the songs about this kind of thing, you know, it shows us that when people pass away, it means that they're at peace. They get to fly away to a land where joys shall never end, just like in the song. And that should bring us some comfort. And, you know, I'm going to spend the next few weeks celebrating my grandmother's life. All right, so I will be back for more stories. Oh, there's no story time next week because we're planning for summer reading. But the following week after that, the first week of June, I will be back with story time and makerspace. I hope you aren't sick of it yet. All right, so let's say our closing song. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Yay!